Music swells, a blend of intrigue and subtle melancholy. January, year after year, like clockwork, it arrives. Not a postcard or a whisper, but a phenomenon. A bizarre, intricate online puzzle game materializes, spun from the digital ether by an enigmatic entity known only as 331. Their symbol? A cicada, etched onto cryptic web pages, banners over fields of complex riddles. For 3 years now, this intellectual gauntlet has reappeared, drawing in minds from across the globe. The puzzles are not for the faint of heart. They are labyrinthine constructions that meld the arcane arts of cryptography and the cold logic of mathematics with the subtle clues hidden within literature, the shadows of data security, and the profound depths of philosophy. It's a mental maze designed to test the limits of intellect. And yet, the challenges are not confined solely to the virtual world. Physical clues, tangible artifacts, appear in the most unexpected, geographically diverse locales: the stark, frozen landscapes of the polar regions, the lush, tropical heat of Hawaii, the sun-drenched plazas of Spain, the vast outback of Australia, the bustling cities of Korea. It's a global scavenger hunt for the truly brilliant. 331 claims these masterful tests are designed to seek out the intelligent, the exceptional. But why? The silence from the puzzle master is deafening, intentional. Speculation runs rampant. Many believe these nearly impossible conundrums are not just games, but sophisticated recruitment tools, casting a wide net for hidden talents on behalf of shadowy organizations, perhaps the CIA, or MI6, entities with a vested interest in finding the brightest minds for purposes unknown. Music briefly fades, replaced by a low hum of digital static. The digital world, however, is not the only stage for bewildering events. In late August, a chill swept through the online community. An anonymous user on the forum 4chan began a systematic, chilling release. Hundreds of private photographs, never before seen, intimate moments stolen from the hacked iCloud accounts of celebrities. The victims, mostly high-profile women like Jennifer Lawrence, Scarlett Johansson, Kim Kardashian, and Kate Upton, were subjected to a deeply personal violation. Their private lives laid bare before an avid audience. The hack was a targeted attack, precise and devastating. Apple confirmed the breach, but the identity of the hacker, or hackers, remains shrouded in mystery. The FBI opened an investigation, but the case remains a stark reminder of the vulnerability lurking in the digital age. Music swells again, more somber this time. The world of the tangible offers its own share of inexplicable tragedies. In Mexico, nearly 24 high school students disappeared abruptly. They had been traveling to a protest, a voice for their frustrations, when police intervened, stopping their bus. In a baffling turn of events, the police allegedly handed the students over to a notorious drug gang. Investigators claim the gang then executed them. Yet, despite numerous arrests made following the kidnapping, including a mayor, his wife, and a local police chief, nearly 80 people in total, their bodies were never found. Without physical remains, the case hangs in an agonizing limbo, officially unsolved, a gaping wound in the community's memory. Music shifts, adopting a tone of ancient mystery. Amidst these modern enigmas, echoes of the past whisper their own puzzles. Consider Dighton Rock, a massive, 40-ton boulder resting on the shores of the Taunton River in Massachusetts. For nearly 3 centuries, ever since an English colonist first documented it in 1680, people have stared at its surface, covered in puzzling petroglyphs. Investigators, archaeologists, and amateur sleuths have sought to decode the odd symbols carved into its face, but success has been elusive. In 1963, state officials, concerned for its preservation, removed the boulder. Most scholars lean towards Native American origins for the carvings, but wilder, more fantastical theories persist. Some whisper of Portuguese explorers, others of ancient Chinese navigators, and a few, even, of the ancient Phoenicians leaving their mark on the New World. Music changes, becoming ethereal, almost childlike, travel back further in time, to 12th century England. In the village of Woolpit, two children emerged from the earth, it seemed, or perhaps from another world entirely. A brother and sister, their defining characteristic was a shocking, unnatural green tinge to their skin. Normal in all other ways, they spoke a language no one could understand and refused all food until offered the unripe stalks of bean pods. Eventually, their skin faded to normal color as they learned English. Their story, when they could tell it, was strange. They came from the land of Saint Martin, a dark place where the sun never rose high above the horizon. They claimed they had been tending their father's herd, followed a river of light after hearing bells, and found themselves in Woolpit. Were they children from a parallel dimension, inhabitants of the hollow earth, or something even more extraordinary, extraterrestrial beings? Music becomes tense, foreboding. The mysteries don't always involve the ancient or the fantastical. Consider Ricky McCormick, found in a field in St. Charles County, Missouri, on June 30, 1999. Missing for only 3 days, his body was already badly decomposed. It wasn't until 2011 that the FBI revealed a chilling detail. Tucked into his pockets were 2 notes, written in a complex, encrypted code. The macabre twist? McCormick was a high school dropout, known to struggle with basic literacy, barely able to write his own name. The encrypted notes defied simple explanation, and even America's top cryptographers have been unable to crack the code, leaving McCormick's final thoughts locked away. Music softens, evoking a sense of decay and neglect. In the woods near Bear Brook State Park, New Hampshire, lies another haunting puzzle. In 1985, a metal drum was discovered, containing the remains of a woman and a young girl, related in some way. Their identities remain a mystery. 15 years later, another metal drum surfaced, just 100 feet away, holding the bodies of 2 more young girls. One of these girls was related to the victims found in 1985, but the 4th victim bore no known relation. The condition of the remains suggested they might have died as early as 1977, their fate hidden for decades before the discovery of the first drum. They remain unknown, their story lost. Music becomes somber, rhythmic, like a slow heartbeat. British Columbia's Highway 16 bears the grim nickname, the Highway of Tears. From 1969 to 2006, an alarming number of women, 18 documented cases, were murdered, went missing, or were found dead along this stretch of road. The youngest victim was just 12 years old. While American serial killer Bobby Jack Fowler, who died in prison in 2006, is suspected in 3 of these cases, the vast majority remain officially unsolved, their stories adding to the highway's tragic legacy. Music swells, then drops, leaving a chilling silence before a soft, unsettling hum returns. Christmas Eve, 1945. The home of George and Jenny Sauter, filled with the promise of holiday cheer, was engulfed in flames. After the fire, 5 of their children were missing, presumed dead. Yet, no remains were ever recovered. The fire department ruled the cause accidental, faulty wiring on Christmas tree lights. But the strange details lingered. The house's electricity was still functioning when the fire began. 15 years later, in 1968, the Sodders received a bizarre note and a grainy photograph, allegedly from their son, Louis. The envelope was postmarked Kentucky, bearing no return address. Hope flickered, and they hired a private investigator to follow up. He vanished, never to contact the Sodders again. The mystery of the missing Sodder children deepened, veiled in a new layer of unsettling strangeness. Music builds, tense and unsettling, and then there is Long Island's Gilgo Beach, the site of another chilling saga. The Gilgo Beach killer, sometimes called the Long Island serial killer, is believed responsible for at least 10 murders, possibly as many as 17, spanning from 1977 to 2013. Most victims were sex workers, found brutally slain along a stretch of beach. But the grim tally includes an unidentified toddler as well. In 2009, NYPD detectives claimed they received a phone call from the killer himself, taunting them. They reportedly narrowed down his location to somewhere in the bustling heart of Times Square, launching a frantic search. Yet, he vanished, evading capture. To this day, the Gilgo Beach killer may still be among us, the open case is a grim testament to his elusiveness. Music swells to a dramatic peak, then slowly fades, leaving only an echo of mystery.